Oh, hey, didn't seem to notice you there. Seems like you caught me in the thick of work in my natural habitat. What's shaking, party people? You already know who it is. It's your good pal Raph from B&C Camera. Now, this one goes out to all the aspiring podcasters and overall creatives, such as yours truly. In this one, we'll be talking about the RODECaster Pro II. Now, I've been able to produce some of my voiceovers on the RODECaster Pro II, and I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of this system. Now, it might look intimidating at first, but don't let all the fancy faders and buttons discourage you, because producing content on this thing is loads of fun and easy to do. Alrighty, without further ado, let's go ahead and go over the major I/O ports for the system. For inputs, you have 4 ports, which you can now plug in not only just XLRs, but 1/4-inch jacks as well too. This is one of the coolest upgrades from the original RODECaster 1, giving its creators that much more versatility in terms of recording options. Your outputs, on the other hand, will be pretty standard. A left and right 1/4-inch plug for left and right monitor speakers respectively, and 4 1/4-inch headphone ports for others to tune into on the spot as well too. Lastly, of course, you have your 15-volt USB-C port to supply power to the system, either be it through a wall plug or portable source that can push out 15 volts. Speaking of USB-C, you will have 2 other access ports to hook up to either your PC to use as an interface or to hook up to a hard drive to record your shows and sessions directly to your drive. The support for what you're wanting to do will vary based off of where you plug in at, so be sure to check out Rode's website for the deep dive on that. Now, if you don't have a hard drive, you can also pop in a micro SD card to record your sessions as well too. Alrighty, without further ado, let's go ahead and go over the RODECaster 2 Pro. Alrighty, the first fun thing you guys probably noticed is the effects pads right here. You have about 3 effects pads, right? So 3 times 4 is about 12. You can pre-program and put whatever the heck you want on there pretty much. So if you want to do, say, for example, voice modulation.
You want to be incognito, low voice.
Or say, for example, for comedic purposes, you sucked up some helium.
So now you don't know what to do. Whoa.
You have a bunch of different options to choose from. And the cool thing about it is as well too, is you can access it all right here and put whatever the heck you want, even MIDIs as well too for you musicians out there. So cool. Alrighty, moving right along to the fader ports here. We have 4 ports for the main 4 inputs right here. This is going to be for your auxiliary plugs, so basically anything plugged into the USB or Bluetooth as well too. And this guy on the very right on the last one controls all your effects as well too. So pretty self-explanatory if you want to control the gain for people. Somebody's a little too hot, you can turn them down a little bit. Somebody's a little too soft-spoken, you can turn them up. And if you need to as well too, you can actually jump into the menu here and actually turn it up or turn it down a couple decibels as well too when necessary. On the very bottom here, you have your monitor and your mute button as well too. So say, for example, your buddy over there is going a little off the rails, right? You can go ahead and just, mute them real quick, turn it down. If you need to mute yourself as well too to talk to them. You could do all that stuff as well too. And lastly, on the top right here, you have your volume control for each individual headphone that you have plugged in. You have 4 1/4-inch plugs here for headphones. As you can see right here, I actually have my Rode Wireless Go hooked up, which is hooked up to the camera as another source of audio as well too. And I'm also recording here live with the RODECaster 2 Pro. Jumping into the record function, the really cool thing about the RODECaster 2 Pro is this right here is the workstation. You can basically produce a podcast on the fly. You could take the show on the road as long as you have the proper microphones, right? And if you have to basically record out of it, you can actually plug in a USB-C compliant hard drive, and you can record it into the hard drive as well too. So really, really great feature from Rode. Now, there's a whole bunch of other options as well too, such as the preamps. You can kind of control the gain, and the processing with the audio with this is great. As you can tell from my voice, it's nice, crisp, warm, right? You can actually change all that stuff as well too. I believe via outputs, via processing. So yeah, if you can see right here, you can access the APHEX processing. So you can kind of change what you want in terms of release, threshold, attack, and overall gain. So yeah, all in all, in this little package, it packs a wallop. You've got so many options and features built into this little guy. It's a bit overwhelming. I mean, I've kind of gone over just some of the basics, but you can do a bunch of other cool stuff, you know? Again, the main benefit, of course, is the change from XLR to adding TRS as well, too. So now you could do stuff like this. Say, for example, you're going to a live event or a concert. Check this out. You can either hook up to the board, or if you have instruments and microphones as well too, you can go ahead and plug these bad boys in as well too. Check this out. So now I have the dynamic microphone hooked up, and now I am feeding audio, and I of course muted the pod mic right there. So now we're going off of the dynamic microphone. So now if you want to take the show on the road, or if you've got people wanting to perform, do some spoken word, do some songs, this and that, you can go ahead and hook up a dynamic microphone and pretty much perform on the fly. Speaking of performance, again, check this out. Jumping over to the pod mic again. Just to show you guys, you can actually, again, hook up instruments such as this right here. And of course, when you plug into any new source, you want to double check and make sure your gain's good before you hit record, right? So in my case, I'm going to go ahead and check. Line in, you can actually turn the decibels up however much you need. And now, just to show you guys as an example. So there's a lot of modularity, a lot of stuff you can do with the system. Right now I'm basically using it for work, but you know, if I had it for myself, you could do a lot of fun stuff. Not only just for podcasting, but if you want to produce stuff on the fly. This is a really capable system, guys. I can only imagine, like, again, I'm using this for work, but there's a lot of fun things you can do with this as well too. If you're creative, you're into music, and you know, you want to basically have clean audio when you're doing stuff like this for podcasting as well too, having something like this is really beneficial. Or another good example that you can utilize this system for you titas out there that want to do some karaoke and want to, you know, step your game up in terms of the karaoke game, you can go ahead and add stuff like reverb, right, through processing. Yeah, kick it up. Why not? I'm just kidding. I can't hit those notes. But, you know, you have a lot of really cool options right here. You can go ahead and turn the reverb down, right? You could turn the levels up. There's a lot of really cool features with this system. So let me go ahead and turn this off again. And if you want to add some echo for effect, you can add some echo. Hello. Can you hear me? Hi. So yeah, there's a lot of cool things you can do with this system. Yeah, I can have fun with this all day, but you know, I have work to do. So back to work I go. Back to work I go. So again, if you're a content creator or aspiring to get into the field and would like to be able to have amazing audio, the RODECaster Pro II would be an amazing addition to the production arsenal. Whenever you're ready to add the RODECaster Pro II to your arsenal, you can go ahead and come on down to our shop or order it online in the comforts of your own home through our website at bnccamera.com. Now, you already know my thoughts. It's an amazing portable little system that's actually a blast to use. And you know, the user experience is another part of the equation that many content creators don't really consider. If you're not having a little bit of fun in what you do, then what's the point really, you know? With that being said, thanks for checking this video out. If you have any recommendations on what you'd like for us to cover next, please let us know. And for all things photo, video, and of course, audio, be sure to like and subscribe. This is Raph, and I'll see you guys in the next one.